Hello everyone, it's Belladonna and Weepsy, and we've returned with, guess what? More records. Do you like records? I hope you do, because I have records. And I'm going to move into a band that I've mentioned, but I've not shown much for, because unfortunately, I just don't have a lot of vinyl. I know they had vinyl, but finding it is so hard. Now this is a very early release actually. This was a lucky find. And this particular one, there's nothing special about the appearance of it, but the fact that it's so old is what's cool. Frontline Assembly. Frontline Assembly's Disorder. This is old frickin' school. Not an easy thing to find. Wax Trax records going back to a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. When I found it when things like this did not have a huge price tag on them. So frickin' cool. Frontline Assembly offshoot from Skinny Puppy in its own right. Still going strong, still a badass hardcore. If you want to go industrial, true on industrial, you go Frontline Assembly. There are many great industrial bands, but Frontline Assembly kicks the crap out of them all. And this is one of the only other vinyls I have, and this is a single. It's a Frontline Assembly's No Limit coming off of Gas Sensors and Crossfire. So a No Limit one, again, very hard to find these things it seems, and when they do they are very expensive because they're kind of rare. You've got the cool looking Brain on there, Brain. It's Frontline freaking Assembly. Originally Mr. Billy Wilhelm Schrader came from Skinny Puppy back in the day. Went off to form Frontline. Side projects like Delerium, Noise Unit, Synesthesia, Frontline freaking Assembly. If you don't know Frontline Assembly and Delirium and all that jazz, off with you. Go and find out. Check them all out. Everything Frontline has touched is like gold, baby. The Delirium stuff, even from the early days to like the ones with Sarah McLachlan, gold. If you don't know your Frontline, get behind the line. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds good. Alright, so moving on, we're going to talk about what I like to call club industrial. It's a sort of industrial I used to hear in clubs a lot. I don't know if you still do. But very clubby, dancey, cool, hardcore, but fun and interesting stuff. KMFDM. Virus this is. I don't know how hard it is to find a lot of their vinyl, but I don't see a lot of it around. This is older, 90s, I believe. Oh, even earlier than that. 1989, I didn't know it was that old. Gracious. Hardcore, but fun type of stuff. You really can dance to KMFDM, and you can slam dance, and you can move around to KMFDM. They've had a lot of cool things over the years. They did have, at different times, Mr. Nivik Ogre hanging out with them, so, you know, Nivik Ogre of Skinny Puppy. You got this wonderful, wonderful pop art. They always had some very cool looking things. So KMFDM, now, we're going back to some weirdness here. This is back in the day, and this was really awesome. I used to have a t-shirt of this, and I think I either got kicked out of school or told I had to take it off or turn it inside out or something stupid, and I was sent home, I believe. If I remember, yes, I was sent home that day. My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult, and this is cooler than Jesus. Cooler than Jesus. Thrill Kill Cult is still around. They are very cool. Just, I mean, the title alone here, Cooler Than Jesus, is freaking awesome. Gothy, dark, weird stuff going on. Popped up in a lot of things. They were on the Crow soundtrack and that sort of stuff. I believe they were still touring, you know, pre-COVID times and whatnot. I don't know if they do really big venues anymore. I think they're a lot smaller, but Cooler Than freaking Jesus. I remember this t-shirt. Some replica t-shirt I'd gotten, God knows where, but I got in trouble for that. And it was worth it. Because we are all, and I especially am, cooler than Jesus. Now, here we're going in a little different direction. I always consider this to be more accessible poppy type. I'm going to say gothy because everything is gothy if I want it to be, and I say it is. Gene loves Jezebel. Desire, baby. I find them very enjoyable when you're in that sort of way of thinking, but we've got another Cracker Jack prize here. I love it when I get Cracker Jack prizes in my records. But Gene loves Jezebel, discover, and there's a little advertisement at the bottom. I can't get it unfolded. And it says, soon available, the exciting exclamation point in the middle. New studio album and cassette. Are you kidding? That's so cool you'd have things like that back in the day. You got prizes. And you felt good. You just had your record and your poster. What a neat thing. And Gene Loves Jezebel's a lot of fun. It's, again, not really like hardcore crazy stuff. I always think of this as just sort of like relaxation music. If that makes any sense. Probably not. Alright, so now we're going in the other direction. Not so relaxing. We're going into the more blasphemous way of doing things again. Blasphemous. Christian Death. Oh yeah. Look at that, Ross Williams, Christian Death. Look at that. It's great because as the Gustav Dior etchings on the cover and such, this is a scene from Dante. This was a 30th anniversary edition. So it's not particularly old, but I'd found it used in a shop where they were selling like DVDs and whatnot. And they happened to have a stack of records, and this is what we found. You know, Ross Williams is freaking cool. Awesome hair. That was the coolest thing, was hair. Now, Christian Death, it's not for everybody, I guess. Wonderful title, though. Wonderful name, Christian Death. Cooler than Jesus, indeed. I've not seen a lot of this stuff in vinyl around, young, old, or new, or whatever. And I thought it was a really cool find. I like it. It's got great artwork. Check out some Christian Death. Check out Ross Williams' hair. Let's go for the hair. I know, did I pinch your bottom with that? I'm sorry. Weepsy. Oh, looks so hard at work. Oh, what a baby. Alright, so we're going into another direction of sort of club music. I think this definitely qualifies, and if you know the band themselves, I'm not going to say the lyrics as much as I want to. We have Lords of Acid. I sit on acid. Now, if you know this, you know the lyrics of, you know, Hear My Dear, that sort of thing. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get shut out. But this was a cool find. It's a little beat up. It looks like it had been sitting around and somebody maybe got another water damage here. It's a promotional copy as well, you know, so you get a little promo thingy on the top there. I've never really seen a lot of Lords of Acid vinyl in this day and age. But very clubby, dancey, fun, crazy, dirty and filthy music. It's so dirty. I love dirty and filthy, though I'm all for it. Cooler than Jesus, filthy. I don't know why I keep saying these things. I think I've had a lot of caffeine today. And speaking of, let me refresh myself. Thank you, Gary. I love these. Thank you again, Gary, you sweet thing. You're so stoic. I think he's stoned. Alright, moving onward, we're going in a similar direction, the blasphemous way, I guess. I've never been sure how to say the name, if it's Moev. I think it's Moev, or Moev, or Moev. I've heard real dingleberries call it Moev. I know it's not Moev. But Moev. This is a song known as Crucify Me. Probably their coolest song, and in the entire thing the only lyric is, why would you crucify me? It's a beautifully cool song. It has the little sticker that you saw in the day a lot. When you play it, say it. So you'd have to say, why would you crucify me? I mean, why would you? I'm a likable sort. Why would you crucify me? We had a lot of neat stuff. A danceable band as well. But the Crucify Me tune is freaking awesome. Alright, so we're going in another direction of all-time favorites. Going in a slightly different direction. A die-hard favorite. Still to this day and always. I search for the vinyl of these ones. Every now and then I do find something. So we have Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode is freaking awesome in every way possible. So many levels of greatness in so many different directions. So, here I have a broken frame. I love having originals. It makes me feel like I've gone back in time. I've got something special. Not just a recreation. Anything can be recreated. I want the original. And that's one of them from one of my all-time favorites. And then I have, I believe this is the different mix, it says, Depeche Mode's People Are People. People are people. I promised I wouldn't sing, I'm sorry. Why should it be that you and I should get along so awfully? People are people. You have the different mix, it says. And then it says suck, mix, edit. I'm not making that up. Suck, SUK mix edit for In Your Memory. Suck mix. So suck mix, don't say that really fast, it sounds like something else. Well, I love the weird, photographic work on there. It just looks really neat. Very excited to find this. I don't know for sure what this particular one is even to. Still very cool. Not much going on. It makes me think it was promotional of some sort. If I ever think about it, I will go and look. I was just happy to have it. Now, more Depeche Mode. Construction Time Again. This is going back, though. This is old school type Depeche Mode. You've got, Love in Itself. I mean, we're still a bit on the sappy side. And it's Depeche Mode. It's awesome. It doesn't matter if it all shatters. Nothing lasts forever. Not this album, still great. Now we're getting a little bit darker and fun here. Black Celebration. Look at that. Black Celebration itself. A question of lust. It is indeed. And sometimes, and it doesn't matter. A question of time. These are great songs. Stripped. Let me see you stripped down to the bone. That song, But Not Tonight. Isn't that a movie or something? I don't know. And there's a little thing in here. It says in parentheses, life in the so-called space age. This is where we're getting Depeche Mode the way that you're gonna like it and you're gonna love it. But here, let's play Master and Servant. Oh my God! Now this is one that I've heard people talk about a lot in very interesting ways. Let's play Master and Servant. Bondage, discipline, that sort of thing. Perversions and dirtiness. What's not to like? You have Master and Servant. Set me free. Remotivate me. Alright. And Are People People? They're getting weird. They're getting weird with these things. But it's still freaking awesome. It's got the chain here with you on top and me underneath. Forget about equality. Let's play Master and Servant. Freaking awesome. This one, though, this is, I think, when Depeche Mode started going from being really great to being freaking awesome. Music for the masses. Little 15s. Things like, I always say I'm not going to sing, I'm sorry. I think the true awesomeness begins here and continues on. This was an awesome find. Cost a bit more because it's original. It's in wonderful condition. I believe this is some of the first Depeche Mode I really got into listening to. I'd heard some of the things before. People Are People I'd heard, But when I was very young and I'd first heard this, I think like a lot of more gothy, tragic people, you hear some of these things and you're like, oh, I'm in the womb of darkness and sadness. And I guess the music is for the masses. I don't know. What a great freaking original find. One more thing I have hanging out here. I still love the artwork with this. Just look at, you can sort of see it. They're in the shadows, of course, but this is young Depeche Mode. I mean, the hair and whatnot they had in those days. The blonde highlighted. Oh, good old little Davy Gahan with his baby fat face. Now he's like super skinny and looks like, he could use a sandwich. Love Depeche Mode. Catch up with Depeche Mode if you have not. Then, now, always. And I think, oh, look at you, what do you think? I don't want to disturb this sweetness. Look at that baby puppy. Alright everyone, bye for now. Like, subscribe, etc, etc.